The Duke and Duchess of Sussex were criticised on Tuesday by Meghan TM's estranged father, Thomas Markle, 77, as he appeared on ITV's Good Morning Britain trademark. The retired lighting director, who lives in Mexico, said he had not seen his 40-year-old daughter for almost 4 years. He was unable to attend Meghan and Harry TM's wedding 3 years ago after he suffered a heart attack and was advised by a doctor not to travel. Mr. Markle is also yet to meet the couple TM's children, Archie, 2 and Lilibet, 4 months. He said, "I've made it quite clear that until I hear from her, until she does speak to me, that I will continue to do this." The Sussexes dramatically left the royal family last year and moved to the exclusive neighborhood of Montecito, California. They have since spoken out about how difficult they found royal life and accusing the firm of not supporting them enough in this. Royal historian, Dr. Edward Owens, claimed to Express.co.uk that Meghan and Harry still keep an impressive entourage who treat them like royalty. Dr. Owens is a former lecturer at the University of Lincoln and author of The Family Firm. Monarchy, Mass Media and the British Public, 1932-53 trademark. Speaking about Harry, he said, "How does that individual remain self-sufficient and how do they continue to enjoy this very lavish lifestyle that they become accustomed to? Harry TM's been waited on hand and foot by servants, since he was born. And by the sound of things Meghan and he have still surrounded themselves with this big entourage of people who are looking after them like they are still a prince and princess." Harry and Meghan TM's so-called entourage was recently on display during their whirlwind tour of New York City. The Sussexes trademarked significant security detail for the trip included US singer Taylor Swift's bodyguards, according to DailyMail.com. The publication also pictured Meghan and Harry embracing members of their close circle after they arrived back in California. Among them, the paper said, were Mandana Dioni, the CEO of the couple TM's Archual organization. Dr. Owens offered his thoughts about Meghan and Harry TM's team of staff as he discussed the Duke of Sussex TM's upcoming memoir. Harry announced in July that he would author an intimate and heartfelt account of his time as a royal. The Duke said it would cover his lifetime in the public eye from childhood to the present day. The book is set to be published by Penguin Random House next year, with all proceeds to be donated to charity. Dr. Owens claimed there could be a potential clash between the publication of Harry TM's memoir and the Platinum Jubilee for his grandmother, the Queen, which is also next year. He said, "This is meant to be the Queen TM's last hurrah, TM's very unlikely that there will be an 80th Jubilee. Harry is hot right now, TM's interesting and TM's got to make what he can out of that interesting story whilst people are still interested in him. At next year TM's Jubilee, the monarchy, the Queen and her advisors will be saying don't TMT worry about it. That TM's going on over the other side of the Atlantic Ocean, this is a celebration of Britain, the Commonwealth trademark." Sussex fan took to Twitter to post a photo of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge arriving at the awards ceremony at Alexandra Palace in North London on Sunday. The user with the handle at XOXOLE1, who describes themselves as a proud member of the Sussex squad in their bio, wrote, "No crowds whatsoever Lamau." The picture shows the Cambridges walking into the venue which is sealed off by metal barriers. Another user, at Mar5613899, commented on the post, "Lamau they put up barriers but there are no crowds." A third, at Sussex Royal Glow, added, "OMG. I walked past there yesterday about 6:20 p.m. Literally across that car park in this picture. I didn't TMT know something was going on there. It looked like normal." One more, at Susud, wrote, "Don't TMT matter how hard they try they just ain't TMT got the X factor." However, another Twitter user with the handle at Josafan claimed the angle the picture was taken made it appear as if there were no onlookers. They said, the crowds were on the other side, that area was closed off to the general public. William and Kate attended the inaugural Earthshot Prize Awards ceremony on Sunday evening. The Duke launched his prize to find solutions to the planet's environmental problems. It features 5 categories, or Earthshots, and the winners each received $1 million to develop their initiatives. Among the winners were projects restoring coral reefs, redistributing unwanted food to the disadvantaged, and battling the issues contributing to air pollution in India. Kate looked stunning in a pale purple Alexander McQueen dress for the awards ceremony, while William wore a dark, green velvet blazer and a polo neck. At the end of the event, televised by the BBC, William took to the stage to tell the audience, "I want to say something to the young watching tonight. For too long, we haven't done enough to protect the planet for your future. The Earthshot is for you. In the next 10 years, we are going to act. We are going to find the solutions to repair our planet. Please keep learning, keep demanding change, and don't give up hope. We will rise to these challenges." The winners all appeared via video link to give their reaction to receiving $1 million to develop their initiatives by the decade-long awards scheme. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are at risk diluting their brand, according to royal experts. This comes after the couple joined Ethic, an ethical investment firm that manages more than $1.3 billion, 946 meters. Palace Confidential host, Joe Elvin, suggested that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex could deplete their value by spreading themselves around so much. The Daily Mail TMS diary editor Richard Eden said, "They do seem to be successful. The last job Harry got was at BetterUp, a startup advising businesses on mental health and wellness. And this week they announced they had a huge new investment in the company. So they seem good at attracting attention to these companies." Host Joe Elvin asked, "But the more they spread it around, doesn't that deplete their value for these companies?" The Daily Mail columnist Sarah Vine compared the Duke and Duchess to celebrities staring in perfume campaigns. She added, "They are just faces of these brands." Mr. Eden continued, "Presumably they are going to have to limit themselves to a certain number. You couldn't have endless brands. It probably devalues your brand a bit." The couple has been named as Impact Partners trademark and investors of the New York-based asset manager. Ethic, which was co-founded by British businessman Jay Lipman, invests in projects with socially and environmentally responsible themes. Explaining the move, Meghan told the New York Times this week, "From the world I come from, you don't TMT talk about investing, right? You don't TMT have the luxury to invest. That sounds so fancy. My husband has been saying for years, gosh, don't TMT, you wish there was a place where if your values were aligned like this, you could put your money to that same sort of thing." Trademark The New York Times report suggested the couple could attract more attention to sustainable investing. Harry said, "You already have the younger generation voting with their dollars and their pounds, you know, all over the world when it comes to brands they select and choose from." Sir David, 69, was stabbed multiple times as he held a surgery in his Southend West constituency. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge said their thoughts and prayers were with his family, friends and colleagues. A post on their official Kensington Royal Twitter account said, "We are shocked and saddened by the murder of Sir David Amis, who dedicated 40 years of his life to serving his community. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family, friends and colleagues." W&C. Sir David, who has been an MP since 1983, was stabbed to death at Belfairs Methodist Church in Leigh-on-Sea at midday on Friday. A 25-year-old man has been arrested on suspicion of murdering the Tory veteran, who was married with 5 children. Boris Johnson said Sir David was one of the kindest, nicest, most gentle people in politics. Speaking on Friday evening, the Prime Minister said, "I think all our hearts are full of shock and sadness today at the loss of Sir David Amis MP, who was killed in his constituency surgery in a church after almost 40 years of continuous service to the people of Essex and the whole of the United Kingdom. And the reason I think people are so shocked and saddened is above all he was one of the kindest, nicest, most gentle people in politics, and he also had an outstanding record of passing laws to help the most vulnerable, whether the people who are suffering from endometriosis, passing laws to end cruelty to animals, or doing a huge amount to reduce the fuel poverty suffered by people up and down the country. David was a man who believed passionately in this country, and in its future. And we've lost today a fine public servant, and a much-loved friend and colleague, and our thoughts are very much today with his wife, his children, and his family. The investigation into the fatal stabbing of Sir David is being led by counter-terror officers, Essex Police have said. Chief Constable Ben Julian Harrington, the Southend West MP, was simply dispensing his duties when his life was horrifically cut short. Don't miss. Speaker Hoyle rages, people who don't accept our values won't win. David Amess murder, Lord Pickles says MPs meeting public will continue. Sir David Amess stabbed, Tory MP attacked multiple times. The death has led to Home Secretary Priti Patel asking all police forces to review security arrangements for MPs with immediate effect. Mr. Harrington said officers were called to reports of a stabbing at just after midday. He said, "The response of the emergency services to this incident was immediate, and our officers arrived on scene within minutes. When they arrived, they found Sir David Amess MP, who had suffered multiple injuries. This was a difficult incident, but our officers and paramedics from the East of England Ambulance Service worked extremely hard to save Sir David. Tragically, he died at the scene." A 25-year-old man was arrested immediately at the scene on suspicion of murder. He remains in custody. A knife was also recovered at the scene. Sir David's death comes 5 years after Labour MP Jo Cox was fatally stabbed as she attended a constituency surgery in 2016.